Saturday morning after breakfast. Boys are playing Thomas and James. Mommy washed the floor down, nice and clean. Table.
No, what? I want to win.
It's friends and family, so
I don't want to.
there's no such thing about want to win. If your brother win, you win. We're gonna get ready to go out. That's the leftover. I'm gonna wrap it up.
I'm not going. I'm not going.
Saturday, I always want to take them out for a excitement day. I've been thinking of vacation and planning, but I finally decided they don't want to leave without their cousins. They want Ariana and their Uncle Joseph to come. And I think that's a beautiful idea. What I'm going to do then, probably go down a few weeks before my brother. And I'm going to phone them after. There they are, clean and fresh. As ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube all over the world, everywhere, every website that I upload on, you've seen me for years taking good care of my kids. And you've never heard me complain. You know all the threat that was made. Because I'm black, and they said the father of my kid is white, and the world know I've never been diagnosed with any form of sickness. How they can destroy a woman, doesn't matter what race you are, they shouldn't do this. How they can destroy a woman's life because a guy said he doesn't want to be a father, and to remove the kids off her, and to make sure I don't have other kids because he doesn't want his kids to have other brothers and sisters. And this guy, whom they claim is phoning in and making all these allegations, don't even have a DNA test. Is not the father. It's a guy that I took an AVIA out against is doing this. It's not the father doing this. But the father didn't want to be a father. And he made the threat, did what he did. He just make one phone call because the harassment been going on from 2008 in Australia. And we have proof of where everything is coming from before I have kids. So if you're mentally ill before you give birth and then you become post-traumatic stress, that means you're gone mad. You wouldn't, there is no, and the authority, even in the hospital, when the nurses that they asked, the nurses that were so rude, there's some of the nurses that was against it and said, that's too much. You can't write that garbage about someone. It doesn't make sense. It's too much. It's too much. You know, and nobody's going to believe that. That's what some of the nurses were saying. It is too much. Nobody's going to believe it. It is evil and rude. But a lot of them did not want to get involved because Australia, women don't have rights. But that doesn't mean they won't speak up behind closed door and come forward when it's overseas. Everybody said, you know what, they're going to do this kind of treatment that they're doing to you in Australia. When you go home to your country, everybody said this in Australia. Everything would be fine. And when I come to Canada, a place where they said it's not racism, they destroy me. They write down that I'm delusional. Everything they write down in Australia about me, post-traumatic stress, going to kill my kids, and taking drugs. I've never taken drugs a day in my life. Drug dealer. I've never done this kind of stuff. I've never done this kind of stuff. Not even painkillers. You hardly get me taking painkillers. You hardly get me taking painkillers. And never been diagnosed with a mental illness. And ladies and gentlemen, I come back home to Canada. It's a good thing. Everything that they said in Australia is in paperwork, and I have it. Because if I did it, then I could not clear my name. I come to Canada, and the Canadian police officer informed people that the father of my kid is white, to phone to Children Aid Society to get them to remove my kids. Ladies and gentlemen, I was very successful. You see, even when I was recording and uploading on Facebook and all this kind of thing, and my siblings weren't quite sure what was going on, and they were telling me too much information. Nothing is wrong with you. We will back you. Ladies and gentlemen, I come from a very large family, an extremely large family, a family that would not allow anything to happen. But you can see how strong I am and determined. Very determined family. I'm a determined woman. The family already plants seed. Nothing is going to happen. Now all I have to do is fight like there is nothing, because anything they write down, the family will stand up and we will petition that out. It's not true, because there's no truth to it, and you can be the judge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you see how my house is always clean, my kids are well taken care of. Because some people out there, they were watching the video and they were saying, go girls, taking good care of your kids, they're so cute. But then now you realize what's going on. I'm going to upload this now on Facebook. There's a threat that made me shockingly concerned about the Canadian authority. Can you imagine they write down in Australia that I'm delusional crazy in 2010? And Officer Torrentino write down that I am EPS, everything what the Canadian authority write down about me in year 12 when I arrived. A woman who never have a history of anything. They detain her in a mental institution, the police did, and have her signing paper. Children Aid Society having me signing blank paper. Listen, I know my right. I know they will write things after. But now this is why I have to go to the judge and get to find out. Because you file your lawsuit and you go to human rights and you make sure everything goes through. But when you get other kind of evidence, you file all kind of lawsuit for everything. You file your this is just the tip of the iceberg what's going to happen. Because when you compare what they write in Australia about somebody and you have it in writing and it's gone to the justice